Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago. This crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Let's switch the mic right here. We'll go mic 40, mic 40. Let's go, Jack.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Check, 315. Here we go. Spot that. 14, fight it. Check. That's it.
On second and 15 now. Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35.
Let's go,
A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 50 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. That's caught by Penny. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Mike's 4. Let's go, 14. Let's put that team on the bus.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be taken short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's Cousins.
Rush in.
Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Hey, steamer.
Now Cousins. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
55. All right. Let's go. Left. Hey, let's go.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. Anthony Harris on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection.
And he's going to go down again. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on fourth. Here we go on fourth with Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. From the red zone now, Cousins. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Right there, 54 Mike.
Throwing, Cousins. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. But now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Cousins. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They try again with Cook. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Check 43.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from a yard out as they are now on the board here in the first half. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. And after all that, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So why go for that there? First half, you could have tied the game at 7. Why try to get the lead?
Feels like an analytics call, doesn't it? That's starting to really get into the game where they're studying where you can make extra points and the whole deal and, get an advantage. But I don't know that we have enough data yet to really say this is the right play or the wrong play. Maybe in 2 or 3 more NFL seasons.
Could change.
Exactly. 2 or 3 more NFL seasons, I think we'll have a much better study and a much better case of what we're going to do.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now it's Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Throwing is Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
Hey, we got Mike. 12. Get ready. 26.
They'll run on first down. Carson. Anthony Barr in on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Single. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken very short. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Right there.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Boom!
Michael Kendricks able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got?
Zebra.
What you
Gun.
Give me some.
Hey, Delta.
Here we go.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
3rd and long for Cousins.
I'm coming.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now it's Lockett. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Mike 54.
Friday.
Get that ball.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson throwing right, and that's complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking here for Smith down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. 68 yards as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. That's fielded in the end zone.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. 14. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he finds Penny. No gain, and it's second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. I think the Seahawks got it. They did. It's Seattle football. Well, they just scored. They got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they give the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Big hit.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the screen. Shift.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And a completion to Wilson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. On first down, it's Carson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be a second and long.
Got it. Watch the slant. Out. Gun.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Anthony Barr able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3.
Brings up second and 3.
They run it again with Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on fourth and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards. Now a run with Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Double tight. 3 down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th.
Slam.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Alert.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have.
Let's go.
4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
From the 41, Wilson buying time to his left. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
I'm going to hit that.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, Wilson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He was trying to get it to Rashad Penny, and now it's 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Give him 3 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. This complete to Lockett. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They run it with Carson. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be taken very short. Oh, look at the juke.
The Vikings take over first and 10.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Again, it's Cook. Cook able to escape. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes.
General West.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Sack lunch, baby. Yum, 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 yum.
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try and run some clock here with Penny. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Throwing now is Wilson, rolling to his right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
A toss running left. It's Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Mike 55, Mike 50.
Alert.
Hey, here we go. Wide, get wide.
Wilson to throw.
You can't block me. You can't block
He'll
me.
find Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Back to throw. And finding the tight end Wilson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. He's back to throw, eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Joker. Hey, 0.
Now Wilson. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Get him, boy.
So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings are going to win this football game. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. They start the drive with Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the 4th quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So that'll just about do it for